This is Zola Salena-Hawkins, and I'm reading the story about my mother. It's called Black History, Precious Jewels, Yesterday and Today. And we speak of a few. Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was born in Tuskegee, Alabama in 1913. Sojourner Truth. Sojourner Truth was born into slavery in Ulster County, New York. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery during the 1820s in Maryland. Mary McLeod Bethune. Mary McLeod Bethune was an educator and civil rights leader who worked to improve the lives of African Americans. She founded a school for Black girls in 1904, which later became Bethune-Cookman University. My Aunt Uncle Rita knew Mary Bethune and shared some stories about her. Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer was the youngest of 20 children and was raised in a family of sharecroppers, later becoming a sharecropper and plantation worker herself. In 1962, she was beaten and arrested for attempting to register to vote. Dorothy Height. Dorothy Height was born in Richmond, Virginia in 1912. She graduated from New York University with a degree in education and a master's degree in educational psychology. After college, she worked as a social worker and became an active member of the National Council of Negro Women. Shirley Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm was born in 1924 in Brooklyn, New York, to immigrant parents from Barbados. She got into politics at 29 when she worked to elect the first Black judge in Brooklyn. In 1968, Chisholm became the first Black woman elected to the U.S. Congress and the only woman sworn in that year. In 1972, she became the first Black woman to run for president with the slogan, "Unbought and Unbossed." I remember her run as trying to become president and how many people did not believe it was possible for her to do that. People did not encourage her to follow her dreams to become president. I believe all should encourage others to follow their own dreams, bliss in life. My mother, Helen Jewel Johnson Mosley Marsan Howard Gray, is a precious jewel that should be in our school's history books also. She was born April 15th, 1927. One might ask what was going on that day in history besides folks doing their taxes. Other key events in April 15th, 1927 included massive rainfall and flooding. The already disastrous Great Mississippi Flood of 1927 saw record-breaking rainfall, exacerbating the crisis that eventually affected over 630,000 people and submerged 23,000 square miles. The flood caused over $1 billion in damages and left 700,000 people homeless. The disaster also had significant social implications, with African American convict laborers in the Mississippi Delta forced to work on levees at gunpoint. April 15, 1971, Mother said she was a tax baby, good for the family taxes. I guess it had something to do with my mother's innate sense of modesty, of not being a loudmouth about her accomplishments. I can never recall her bragging about her accomplishments. Perhaps she was leaving the door open for me to do the work. And I am proud to be the one. When I look at the listing of women above, I have no choice but to include Helen Jewel Mosley Gray, educationer, RN, and nurse, and my mother. July 18, 1970, Helen Jewel Mosley was the commencement speaker for 43 nurses receiving the diplomas at St. Agnes Hospital School of Nursing. Her speech was entitled, Your Challenge to Know, to Care, to Do. April 10, 1971, there was a Senate resolution for Helen Jewell Mosley, Assistant Professor of Graduate Medical and Surgical Nursing at the University of Maryland School of Nursing. She was the first Black woman elected president of the Maryland League for Nursing, appointed by 2 Maryland governors for the Maryland State Board of Examiners of Nursing. Active in many civil rights programs and cultural programs, Mother was an excellent nurse and a most distinguished citizen of Maryland. This year, she was chairman of the School of Nursing at Providence Hospital, as well as chairman of the Manpower Committee of the Maryland State Comprehensive Health Planning Agency. Did she write? Yes, she wrote a lot. Some of her writings publications included January 1963, University of Maryland, Helen J. Mosley thesis, a determination of the nursing activities that seem to be of value in the alleviation of pain for a selected group of patients. I was 14 years old and remember her frustration as the thesis review board had her rewrite the thesis at least 2 times. Her sister Okarita assured her that no matter how many times it had to be revised, she would type it for her. My brother Herb played and enjoyed his childhood, not knowing Mother was sure to give him some quality time in the midst of rewriting her thesis. Her husband, Dr. Herbert Mosley Jr., encouraged her not to give up. January 1967, I remember Mother talking to some student nurses about pain. She told them to understand if a patient complained about some pain, as long as the patient believed in the pain, it is real to the patient. So take the matter seriously. Her publication was in the Student Nurses Journal, Pain and Its Associated Problems. Mother published 2 articles in the Encyclopedia of Black America for publication September 1980. New York, McGraw-Hill Incorporated. The first, with co-author Anna B. Coles, was titled Nurses. The second, with co-author Ronald B. Scott, was titled Race and Biology. In her resume, there are a total of 13 publications. She was a member of the Maryland Regional Chapter, American Red Cross Board of Directors, president of the Pierians Incorporated Baltimore Chapter, a corporation which sponsors and promotes fine arts. Some of the other organizations she was a member included Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated, Sigma Theta Tau, National Honor Society, National League of and for Nursing, NAACP, Maryland League for Nursing, and United Negro College Fund. Mother was very busy. However, she still made time to be a wife and mother. Among her honors and awards, 1977, Maryland State Resolution 357, Senator Maryland cited for establishing the Herbert L. Mosley Jr. MD Memorial Lectureship Series at the University of Maryland in 1998. Distinguished Service Award, National League of Nursing. Helen Jewell Mosley Gray was loved by those who knew her and appreciated the special person she was. She was blessed with 2 husbands that truly loved her. Dr. Herbert Lee Mosley died on July 4th, 1975. She found love, fun, and bliss with her husband, Dr. Ronald Gray. He loved and encouraged her throughout their marriage. They traveled the world, danced, attended social events, and had so much love, fun together. Mother was instrumental in establishing Macedonia School of Nursing in Antigua. The Macedonia School of Nursing at the University of Health Science Antigua, located in Downs Hill, Piccadilly, offers a 3-year Bachelor of Science in Nursing, BSN, program. The curriculum mirrors U.S. standards, adheres to Caribbean Regional Nursing Board guidelines, and focuses on preparing students for international healthcare roles through theoretical and practical training. A few additional family members who enjoyed precious memories with her: Herbert, Gina, Darren, Melanie, Reggie, Jan Michael, Russell, Odie, and me, Zola. She had too many family members, co-workers, etc. to mention in this brief piece. Many cherished their relationship with her and expressed their grief when she died. Even in her last days, she fought to stay with us. However, she lost her battle on September 6, 2019. This jewel of a person certainly should be recognized in Black history. I believe if you look in your own family, in your life, people you know, you will recognize others that may not be in the history books, but people that have left an important mark on the history timeline. Maybe you are one of those special people who should be recognized in Black history. And that is the story of Black history, precious jewels, yesterday and today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. With that, I'm going to have some of my heart tea and wish you a good life too. Find the jewels in your family. Hi.